Welcome, welcome everyone for being here with me on this journey. You are important to this mission. You're important to help shift the energy for yourself, for your families, and for all of humanity. So I'm Lois Hermann, and I have been honored and blessed to be given insight and information on how to help shift our energy, to lift our energy to be more positive. And in this day and age, would you not agree that we need to do this? So this is a webinar that is going to be recorded, so you can refer to it later. Also, I would highly encourage you to have a pencil and paper handy, because I'm going to be giving you a lot of information that you're going to want to take some notes on. All right? So let's start by sharing my screen. And I'm going to have to figure out how to go back. Here we go. Again, lifting your energy in times of uncertainty, and we are living in those times of uncertainty. So we're going to start by creating a sacred space. I want to teach you how to do this, because this is something that I do every day, and we can do this for our homes, our offices, our world. Let's start just with our homes. I do want to do this on this day, on 9/10/2020, in honor of those, of everyone that experienced the pain, the loss, the sadness, the disturbance of what happened on 9/11, 19 years ago. All those who have given their lives, their help, and their hope. So just for a moment, close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes and imagine pillars of light at the four corners of your property. It could be north, south, east, and west, or it could be just corners. It does not matter. But imagine columns or pillars of golden white light. And at each of those pillars, imagine inviting a divine masculine energy. I often work with Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, my beloved Jesus, Archangel Samael. Whomever else you would like to call, invite them to be there for protection. Then imagine walls of light connecting these four pillars. You may even imagine pillars in between so that there are 8. Walls of light protecting, and a foundation of light underneath. And imagine God, the divine source, Father Sky, sending down beautiful glowing light into our space, filling the space with healing, positive, uplifting light. And in this space now, invite the divine feminine for kindness, compassion, care, and intuitiveness. I often work with the divine Mother Mary, with Mother Gaia, Kuan Yin, White Buffalo Calf Woman. Invite into your space who you call from your heart. Then imagine a dome of light over top, protecting us in our work today. And I ask that we be guarded, guided, and protected in our work, that we invite asking for protection, healing, and empowerment across all levels: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, psychic, social, professional, financial, environmental, technological, any other that you wish for, that we all come together as one for humanity. I set this intention every morning, and I invite you to do the same. Because as we set our intention for honesty and integrity in all of our dealings, you'll be surprised how things shift. Because our world is changing, would you not agree? I'm going to speak with you today about energy awareness, about the vibrational crisis that we are in right now, the roadmap of hope that was given to me that I'm sharing with you, along with guidelines for living. Because I have committed to being a catalyst for positive change. One person, one community, one world at a time. We can only work on ourselves. But as we work on ourselves, shift happens. So we are vibrational energy. Everything in the cosmos is vibrational energy. We would not be able to detect the the different satellites, the different planets, if they were not emitting a vibrational energy. So everything has energy, and that vibrational rate of energy is how we identify different things. So there's universal, there's cosmic, there's planetary energy, and there's also Earth. Our Earth is energy. The land we live on has energy. The plants, if you were to do Kirlian photography, you would see the energy emitted from the plants. Sound has energy. Frequencies of sound have energy. Negative sound has harsh energy. Positive sound is very uplifting. High resonant frequencies equal healthy states. So the goal is for us to shift our energy to be more positive, because we are energy. The toroidal fields around our being, those are the auras. Some people have the ability to see auras. I used to think that my energy was inside, but really the aura is our being, and the physical is the body that we wear, that we see. The chakras are the individual energy centers. We often hear of the main 7, but there are minor chakras. Then there's also that whole magnetic energy that's in our being, that if, the MRIs, the different types of diagnostic procedures, EEGs, different things like that, they're actually quantifying and regulating the different electrical energies and the vibrational frequencies in our body. So positive energy, if we can keep ourselves positive, lifted, happy, we stay healthy. That's the goal. So Dr. Emoto did some experimentation with water, and he looked at water crystals under an electron microscope. And what he did is he had different beakers of water, and he would either send specific energy into those specific beakers, the energy of hope and love and joy and peace. He would either state them to the water in the beaker, or he would actually tape words on them. Because as a neurolinguistic expert, words affect our physiology. Whether the word is written, spoken, or thought, it affects our physiology. So he did this, and this is what the water looked like when it had the word hope taped to it, spoken to it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Positive energy is glorious. He also did things like hate, anger, fear, lust, all those negative energies. And look at the same water. Look at how it turned out. Everything responds to energy. And we, as humans, are a large part water, 90-something% water. So guess how our body responds to all of this negativity that's going on around us. So one of my favorite books is a book called Power versus Force: The Hidden Determinants of Human Behavior by Dr. David Hawkins. And he quantified the emotional energy of our being. With the highest level vibration of Christ consciousness or enlightenment at 100, the energy of peace is 500. It's a higher vibrational energy. Love is 500. Forgiveness 4. The mean is courage is 200. And all, so many hundreds of thousands of energies, the large percentage of them vibrate at a low vibrational rate. Look at the energy of guilt and shame, how low that is. It's paralyzing. When someone is in guilt or shame, they're compressed, they're down, they're depressed, there is no energy. But you have met someone who has a more enlightened state, and they are exuberant. Are they not? You can see the energy people give off. You can actually, if you pay attention, you can see where people are based on their energy. So let me show you how you can tell what's going on. Now, I do an energy presentation where I use kinesiology with an arm test, and you can find that on my YouTube channel. There's an exercise where I show that. It's really fun to watch. But I'm going to have you join in with me on this one. So I want you all to look at my hands. I'm going to do a little finger test here. So see how I've got my fingers linked together, and I'm just going to test it. And I'm going to say, my name is Lois, and I'm just going to test my fingers like that, and it's strong. So say your name and test, it's strong. Now watch what happens when I say, my name is Gertrude. It won't stay. My name is Gertrude. It won't stay. My name is Gertrude. It won't stay, because the body knows truth from fiction. So if you know a truth in your heart, your body is strong. If you see something, hear something, feel something that sounds or feels false, your body will go weak. Same thing with emotional thoughts. I invite you to think of something that gives you joy. We all have joyful memories. Think of something that gives you incredible joy. I'm thinking of my wedding day. It was fabulous. Well, my most recent wedding day, because I haven't always had great relationships. So I had a fabulous most recent wedding. It's been about 10 years, but it's wonderful. So anyway, strong. Now think of something that makes you mad, sad, or angry. You go weak. Do that again. Think of something that gives you joy, strong, angry, weak. So all this anger that's going on out there, all this angst is only causing you to feel weak if you listen to and buy into it. By the same token, we are energy beings. When we are around negative energies, have you ever walked into a place, an office, a room, and felt the negative energy? You can feel it and you will go weak. So there's electromagnetic frequency waves that are given off by things. So I'm going to just share with you, if you were to take, this is my old cell phone. I just got a new one. So this is my old cell phone. And if I put this in my lap, I go weak because it no longer has the little protective devices on it. My new cell phone, I have my little buttons on there to protect from EMF. I put this in my lap, I am strong. So you need to be aware that if you're around your computer all day, computer technology is wonderful, but you must take a break from it. You must step out and get away from that energy because it will absolutely affect and interfere with your energy being. Shift the energy. Take a break, get out into nature. We're going to go into a little bit more about that in the future. But pay attention because your body responds. We oftentimes ignore those intuitive knowings that we have. Pay attention. Pay attention. Go with your gut. Because our world is in crisis right now. Would you not agree? You know, we've got so much going on with the wildfires that are just devastating, but there's also hurricanes and tornadoes, all of the anger, the hate, and all of this crazy political nonsense that's going on. And as we listen to the news, because some of us do want to be informed, but I invite you to listen in doses. Do not allow yourself to listen and get too involved with the news because there's some of it is truth and some of it is not. Pay attention to your wisdom, what is in your heart, because this is creating a personal energy crisis. All of the stuff that's going on in the world is affecting us. I'm finding more and more clients with a sense of fear and anger, this overwhelm. And then what happens is we end up with sleep issues. We end up stuck. We're in pain. We have all of these other things that happen because of our energy being lowered. And low energy states, the law of attraction, when you are in a low energy state, you attract more of the same. So what you must do is shift your energy to be more positive so that you can attract more of that same. So this pandemic crisis that we're in right now, in addition to all of the other stuff that we've been dealing with for some time, we now have the isolation loneliness because we could use a hug. And it's absolutely okay to ask your partner for a hug on occasion because it's important for your energy to be strong. We have the fear of sickness, or many of us have lost people that have been sick with this COVID disease. We have a lot of job uncertainty out there. Fear, so much fear. There's also a huge mistrust of the media. You don't really know what to believe. And also there's so much political unrest. Now we have domestic terrorism. There's so much. Again, I invite you, as your beliefs are challenged and as you are exposed to so much of this stuff, there's a feeling of loss of control, which lowers our energy into despair. I myself have experienced this because I have been paying more attention to what's going on. But I'm going to give you a secret as to how to shift your energy. Yes, you need to be aware of what's going on. However, you must not allow yourself to get drawn into it. So what can we do? We can be catalysts for positive change. We need to inspire hope in ourselves. We need to pay attention to our own barometer. So who am I to even talk about this stuff? I'm going to give you a little snapshot of my journey. I started off in diagnostic imaging. I was a pioneer in the field of ultrasound back in the 70s. And I had a fabulous career. However, I came from a very dysfunctional family, and I ended up in a very dysfunctional marriage with a very disturbed husband. So publicly, I was a very respected manager of a large imaging department, but privately, I had extreme sadness and fear, and I had to escape from that trauma. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I just want you to understand that I have had highs and I have had lows, and I've had to learn how to rise above the lows. So I ended up taking a corporate job as a systems designer. I have a very analytical mind. I have patents in my name for designing ultrasound systems. Traveled the world. It was fabulous. I moved from the South to Massachusetts, where I moved into a house with a ghost. I invited a priest to come and bless my house. He and a very spiritual hypnotist came and said, "You need to know how to deal with this." And I'm thinking, me? I'm a medical professional. What do I know about ghosts? Well, this was the spirit of a woman named Judy, a brilliant mathematician who had shot herself in the head in my basement because that was her way to escape extreme domestic abuse. My heart went out to her, but she was visiting my daughter in the middle of the night, my 7-year-old daughter. I found out from neighbors that she had a daughter who was my daughter's age when she took her life. So my new friends taught me what to do. I lit a candle. I had an imaginary conversation with Judy, and I said, "Judy, this is my daughter, and I'm going to take care of her. You need to go into the light." I had no idea what I was doing. Blew out the candle, went to bed. The next morning, I asked my daughter, well, it was a couple mornings later, I asked my daughter, "So does the lady still come and sing to you at night?" And she says, "No, but there's a little boy." So one after the other, I learned to send them into the light. And that started my journey as a spirit communicator. It also started my journey, my passion with hypnosis and helping to change our outcomes with the power of the mind. That's how I healed from the horrible trauma that I had been through. So I retired after 40 years in diagnostics and opened a private practice. I did not tell anybody about the spiritual type work that I do until along came a gentleman named Peter. And he encouraged me to tell a story about the spirits of Amoskeag, the wounded heroes of the Manchester Mills. I won't go into the details of that story, but this was a time when I had helped over 300 spirits from the mills into the light. It's just what I do. I consider myself kind of a spiritual guidance system, if you will. I wrote the book, and I was expecting to get a lot of people throwing tomatoes at me, and I ended up getting more people saying, "Wow, I've had these experiences, and I'm glad to know that you can help me with this." So I started a spiritual practice, and then along came another gentleman named Gary, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment. Started my journey, my mission now, to inspire hope on this planet, to teach you how to lift your energy so that you can lift others' energies, because we all have to be catalysts for positive change. So I started a mind, body, spirit practice. My mission is to let there be peace on earth, and let me do whatever I can, my small part. You can find out more about that at loishermann.com. All of my session information. So my spiritual-based sessions, I do energy clearings and deal with negative energies and earthbound energies. And I love connecting you with your angels and loved ones and guides and all of that stuff to lift your consciousness, to empower you to be the best you can be. That's normal for me. Then along comes this gentleman named Gary, a very brilliant, science-minded guy who was a kind of an Einstein-looking fellow with white hair. And he says he had some issues with sleep. He goes into trance, opens his eyes, and says, "We need your help. Humanity is facing the next great apocalypse. If they don't change now, they may not have much time left."
There will come a time in the not too distant future when civilization will balance on the edge of survival. The future is not written, but trends can be seen. If humans continue, if they do not learn from their past, they will suffer the same fate as previous civilizations.
So what would you do if that happened to you? Now, I'm used to my clients talking with their guides. I'm used to dealing with energies and sending them into the light. That's normal for me, but I'm not used to them talking to me directly like that. So I ended up having conversations with these amazing ones. And with Gary, we went through several 20-something sessions. And what they told us is, in order to get people to change, you need to tell them what they want to know, then teach them what they need to know. So in the first several sessions, I'm thinking, what do I want to ask? Initially, I was asking about the energy issues because there's so many energy issues, and that's what I deal with all day. So I wanted clarification, and I learned so much from them. And then I went on to ask questions about, well, how was the earth formed, and about the ancient civilizations, and about the pyramids, and how were they born? How were they built? And they gave us all this information. Imagine, what if you had the opportunity to ask God anything you wanted to ask? What would you ask? So I'm asking questions for humanity. But their bottom line is, we have to raise our vibrational energy. We must lift our energy before it's too late. Because they say that our Earth is one of the most beautiful blue-green planets in the universe. Well, we've been through 5 great extinctions, and they gave us details of that. And we are facing the next great apocalypse now. We have 2 potential futures, but we must shift because it's up to us. And Gaia is very concerned about her humans. Gaia, by the way, is the spirit of the earth. The earth is the planet. Gaia is the spirit that embodies the planet.
We live on the most beautiful planet in the universe, yet it's not hard to see the problems affecting you and me. The planet is warming, storms are encroaching, conflict spreads from sea to shining sea. But humankind is resilient. We find promise in progress and the possibility of being born anew. In Chronicles of Hope, Untitled share insights to turn the world around. There is work to be done. Be a catalyst for positive change. Read more in the Chronicles of Hope.
So we created Chronicles of Hope Book 1, the Untitled. Everybody has a hard time saying that. Untitled. There are 8 and they are 1. We published that last year in August. They're really big into the 8. So you'll notice a lot of 8s in the 8, the infinity symbol. There's so much 8 symbolism here. But they gave us a lot of information to keep our energy strong. Because there's too much negative. And you know that. You see that. You hear it. And they gave us insight about emotional energy feeders. When we lower our energy, we attract negative energies around us. They gave me insight about earthbound entities, and they talked about young and old souls. I'm not going to go into the details of that right now today. But know that we need to learn ways to release the negative and embrace the positive. We have the ability to do that because we're multidimensional beings. The spiritual part of us is the eternal being. That's the aura that I was talking about earlier. That's who we are. We are this big energy. We just wear the physical body. That's the clothes that we wear, and we shed each life. The emotion, the emotional being or the emotional body is what we experience each life. And those are the memories. And sometimes those memories can keep us stuck. The mental intellectual part of our body, our being, that is our master creator. We are here to create, to experience, to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful planet that we live on. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So I'm going to share with you a spiritual energy exercise. I do this every morning because I say that I'm not going to go outside or, well, even at home. I'm not going to start my day without brushing my teeth. So I won't start my day without doing a spiritual energy exercise as well. So join me with this one. Close your eyes for a moment. And I want you just to imagine a beautiful glowing ball of golden light inside of your solar plexus in the middle of your belly. And glow that glowing ball of light to fill your entire being all the way to the tips of your hair, down to the tips of your toes. Glow this beautiful light throughout your entire being. Have it push away any negative energy that might be inside of you. Fill yourself, breathe it in, and glow from within. And then as you do so, imagine a magical waterfall of light clearing off your aura on the outside. Let it all scoop up into big bubbles of light and let it drift off. I usually call on my archangel buddies to take it into the light, any negative residue that may be on us or in us or around us. And as we fill with this beautiful healing light, imagine a protective bubble around you, a thick, malleable, thick-walled, malleable bubble that moves with you. And on the outside of that, put a silvery sheen that deflects anything negative. And you may even wish to put the violet flame on the outside. It kind of puts you in stealth mode so that you won't be identified by the negative energies, so that you keep your energy strong and protected. It's very important. And as you are in this space, I want you to imagine, just imagine, a magical being giving you some sort of insight, a message for you. Hear them, feel them, think them, experience them. When we learn to quiet our busy mind, when we learn to listen, we will hear the insight that is meant for us. Many times people outwardly pray, it's all pushing it out. But when you quiet your mind, protect your energy, and listen from your heart, you'll be able to receive the messages from our divine ones, our guides, our angels, our masters. Here's something for you to write down. You can download all of these different techniques that I'm giving you. The protective bubble, that's what this is called. The sacred space, the roadmap for hope, and the guidelines for living. You can download all of those at bit.ly/LH-info-cards, bit.ly/LH info cards. They're all there. I'm giving them to you. Please download them so that you can use them, practice them. Because you've got to maintain a balanced energy. So this is my morning mindset. Many people say I'm too busy to meditate. It only takes 3 minutes. And I do it before I wake up in the morning, before I first open my eyes. While I'm laying there stirring, that's my time to set my intention for the day, to practice clearing my energy, setting my sacred space, and hearing, receiving guidance with a sense of gratitude. I call this my daily energy hygiene, just like brushing my teeth, and asking for assistance, asking your guides to give you insight, to give you information. And throughout your day, you want to limit the negative and choose positive. Choose positive. So as I was putting this work together, I was totally impressed and embraced by a team of positive people whom I call Team Hope. There have been some amazing people that have joined me on this journey. We've created a website, chroniclesofhope.net, and you'll be able to find all kinds of inspiring things there. So let me just share another message with you.
Our intention is to transform the darkness pervading society by releasing the existing hate, anger, fear, greed, and despair. We bring you encouraging words of hope for humanity. We bring guidance for how to live your lives staying positive. If you want to put the world in a positive, healing place, remember this. The act of wanting something generates feelings of want, which is negative, adding to the problem. Believe positively that things are better or are on the road to improvement. This thinking creates positive energy. There is a difference between wanting, believing, and knowing. Knowing is the best, the strongest. Do uplifting activities and simple things that create joy in your life, and think positive, grateful, and hopeful thoughts while doing them.
You are listening to the voice from the audiobook. A wonderful gentleman recorded this with me. So if you're into the audiobook, I am so impressed with how it turned out. It's as if you're sitting there eavesdropping on those private sessions that I had with Gary. And our Team Hope decided to create a community to support one another, to encourage one another, to talk about these insights. Because as we started reading the books and sharing these insights that were given, we wanted to talk about it, to share, and to keep ourselves positive, because each of us is dealing with the negative in our own way. So I invite you to join our Team Hope, our Inspiring Hope community. It's at chroniclesofhope.net/community. Please join us, because together we are committed. We're on a mission of being catalysts for positive change. Each of us in our own way is making a difference in our own lives. Because where there is hope, there's faith. Where there is faith, miracles happen. And I do believe in miracles. So they gave us a roadmap for hope, a roadmap of hope for humanity. And we're going to go into each of these individually. And as you download your card, you're going to get even that prayer asking for protection, healing, and empowerment. That's on the info cards. Say that on a regular basis. So they invited us to honor our earth, our mother Gaia. We need to get back to connecting with nature. We've gotten so into technology, which is valuable. However, going out and grounding, putting your bare feet on the earth will neutralize your energy, will keep you strong. So digging in the earth, conserving, reducing, doing what you can to help. And one of the big things to do is to look up. Just look up. That will shift your energy. Looking up, look at the sky, looking at the clouds, smelling the freshness of the air. There's such a thing as forest bathing, going for a walk, getting yourself into nature will give you uplifting thoughts and energy. I have a great friend who is a wildlife photographer, and I don't go out. I like watching the squirrels and the birds and bunnies in my backyard, which is wonderful. But I love even watching shows that show the animals, or her pictures that she posts. Find things that give you joy, having to do with our earth. We must take care of this planet that we're blessed to live on. We also must care for this vehicle that drives us through life, this body. We've got to make healthy choices. Be careful of toxic exposure to toxic chemicals, to toxic food, to toxic people, to toxic news. If I'm a Facebook person, I post positive energy. If someone goes on a rant, the first thing I do is block it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want that to bring my energy down. Do not let other people bring your energy down. You are in control. Now, if you want to listen to the news, listen in doses and then switch and find something positive. Immediately after listening to something to keep yourself informed, switch and listen to something positive. Because you want to sleep soundly, you also want to do something to move your body and drink lots and lots of water. They tell us that all diseases have a cure, but the cure is unique to each individual. And part of that cure is paying attention to what your body is telling you. We are master creators, and we've got to find our passion. We've got to do what gives us joy. We have to stimulate our mind and do uplifting things. We've got to continue to learn and to grow. When we stop learning, when we stop growing, we stagnate. Keep that energy going. Keep achieving and share. Share your gifts. If you love to play music, play the music and share it. If you love to dance, dance and share it. Uplift other people with what you're called to do. I often say that there are no two flowers are alike, no two snowflakes are alike, no two humans are alike either. We're each given our own gifts and talents. And as we embrace our talents with passion and share them, we uplift other people. Share what gives you joy. And raise your emotional energy. And you do that by meditating. Like I said, 5 minutes in the morning is all you need. Other people do very full-on meditative practices, and there are a lot of great apps out there. There's a lot of great YouTube videos of people who are doing fabulous meditations. And there's wonderful music out there that raises your energy. Pray if you're a praying person. And praying can be a walk in the woods. It doesn't necessarily mean going to church. It could be walking in the woods, sitting outside and saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, and asking for assistance. Ask. We forget to ask. And play. Redirect your thoughts. If your thoughts are going down a negative path, stop. What do I choose to think? Remember something that gives you joy. Think about your kitty, your cat, your dog, your child, your grandchild. Think about something that gives you joy. That will shift your energy. The thoughts will do that. The thoughts create things. Take a little time out for yourself. You deserve it. Time out to go for a walk in the woods, to swing. Watch shows that give you joy. Laughter is the best medicine. Find something that makes you laugh. Keep yourself uplifted because you are what you think, say, and do. I have a picture in here about this gentleman rescuing this wild animal because I had an amazing veteran who was a client that had served 11 tours in Afghanistan and Iraq. And when he came home, his mission now is to save the abused exotic animals. There are people who are doing horrible things. That's his passion, and that gives him joy. Find your passion, find your joy, and do it. And have respect for one another. We need to come from a place of truth, honesty, and integrity. Respect each other and trust what's in your heart. Trust if someone is telling you something that does not resonate with you, avoid them. Avoid them. You don't have to expose yourself to people who are coming from so much anger, hate, blame, shame. All of that is low-level energy. Avoid them. One of the things that rings really true to my heart, do what you do because it's the right thing to do, not because of what you'll get for it. Do what you do because it's the right thing to do, and because you're pouring your heart into it, abundance will come. We are social beings. Give with kindness. Connect with each other. Show compassion. Build community. And yes, we're isolated, but we can build community through Zoom sessions. I now belong to several different communities, and I love, love, love them. I enjoy connecting with other people of like mind because exposure to toxic stuff, toxic news, toxic movies, toxic negative energy will bring your energy down. Do things that give you joy because ethics and morality define a civilization, not what the civilization can produce. So look around you. Look to see who resonates with your ethics and your morality, and be aware that there is a lot of stuff out there that is false. My guides have said there is truth and there is false. Go with what's in your heart. And know that there is plenty. Appreciate what is. Share what you can. It's not just about sharing your money. Share your gifts. Share a smile. Share a kind word. How can you serve? Because giving to someone else gives you joy. Think about what you're grateful for, because there's no need for scarcity. There is enough if we all embrace one another. And live with an attitude of gratitude. Express appreciation and acknowledge. Thanking people. Acknowledge the good. Acknowledge the positive. Give compliments. Why not? Start the day with 10 grateful thoughts and end the day saying thank you for the best thing that happened today. Shift your energy to be more positive. When you do that, instead of the woulda, shoulda, couldas ruminating, when you think at the end of the day, thank you for the best thing, you sleep soundly. And when you're dealing with a situation that is negative, keep in your mind, only good will come of this. Only good will come of this. Keep telling yourself and send positive energy, because the darkness cannot live in the light. Send light, send positive energy. Who do you choose to be? If you feel like you're getting a little down, sad, or angry, ask yourself, is this who I choose to be? Take a breath. Who do I choose to be? Take a breath and be that. Be happy, be grateful, and share a simple smile. Smiles are contagious. They're infectious.
It is not why you are here that is important. It is what you do when you are here that has all the value.
So that was book 1. And then, just last month, we published book 2. And I say we. I could not have done this without Team Hope. So book 2 introduces the collective. The Unquietus are the first 8. Their children are 512. The children's children are 32,000. And then there are old souls, angels. But these collective are here assisting us. We have but to ask. They cannot interfere with our free will. They gave us guidelines for living a healthy, happy, positive life. Because what they say is humanity has a choice right now. We either learn to live with each other or we face extinction. Let's live with each other. Re, the patron god of Atlantis, came through, and he says, be respectful, encourage truth, honesty, integrity, and morality. Beloved Jesus came through and says people need to love each other. It's a simple matter of compassion. Practice humility, kindness, and connection. Encourage each other. Have compassion. Come from that heart space. Be peaceful. Aurora says, walk away from anger. Pause and reflect before taking an action. And she too says that the plan is that the meek will inherit the earth. Keep sending positive light for yourself and send it out there. Be strong. The Archangel Samael came through. And he says, the challenge creates strength. We need more self-determination. We need to stop following false leaders, false lies, falsities that are presented in the media and by people who have been in power for a long time. We need to pay attention to what's right, what resonates in our heart. Stand strong for what we believe in, which is truth, honesty. We need discipline. We need discernment. We need to practice protection to keep from draining our energy. The universal energy came through. This was an interesting session because we were just joining in one of those prayers that the Tibetan monks had started to pray for peace around the world. And in the middle of this, universal energy came through and says, why have you called? So we decided to ask questions. And what universe says is, we are all one. one energy, one species. All of life is interconnected. So those of you who are feeling so down and heavy and loaded, it's because you are connected. You're feeling everything that's going on around our planet. Learn to shift it, learn to shake it off. Come from a place of understanding, come from a place of peace, serenity, because you have the ability to shift. When you gather together with others of like mind and completely connect with each other, we have the ability to shift this planet. And then, of course, Mother Gaia herself came through. And she says, be helpful, cultivate mindfulness, make healthy choices for your planet and for yourself, be good stewards, go back to the native ways of honoring Earth. She tells us she can heal this planet if we would only let her. Look at how the planet has already started healing with this COVID situation, where the skies are bluer, the energy is clearer. She's attempting to heal herself. Yes, there's a lot going on, and she's not very happy with her humans. So we need to be more conscientious. We need to help her heal our home. Be prayerful. The archangels invite us to practice asking, believing, and receiving, and sharing, shining our light. Shine that glow that's in you, because we're never alone. They're always with us, but we must ask. They cannot interfere with our free will. Be the change that you wish to see in this world. You be the change for yourself. Lift your energy with inspiring choices. Based on this book, I've started an Inspiring Hope radio show. I'm on every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. It's on, you can find it on WSMN.com. And I feature amazing people, because what Ray said is there are more good people out there. There's more positive than negative. It's just that the voices of the negative are louder. You need to shine the light on the good, on the positive. So that's what I'm doing. Tune in. It's free. They're all on YouTube. I've got 30-something shows on YouTube. You can listen to them. If you're feeling down and you want inspiration, listen to any one of these amazing people that I have on my shows. I am inspired by their messages. And then you're invited to join our Inspiring Hope community. We meet every second and fourth Thursday, typically at 7. And now we're going to start also meeting at 1 o'clock. For those of you who can't make the 7 o'clock time, we'll be meeting at 1 o'clock, second and fourth Thursday. So today is the first day. I invite you to join our Inspiring Hope community. And then we do have a Facebook page and a group. And the goal is to look up, stay positive, and be the light in someone's day. You can find all of this. You can certainly find a lot about me at the loishermann.com website. But the chroniclesofhope.net has information about the books, information about the community. You can also find all of these shows and dozens of inspiring messages on my Lois Hermann YouTube channel. Again, you can get there by bit.ly, Lois Hermann YouTube, and then also the info cards. Ray says, to make this world a better place, find a way to emphasize the positive. And that's what I'm doing. That's what Team Hope is doing. We're all doing this, and we invite you to join us. So I want to share with you that today, book 2 is available in softcover and ebook. The audiobook, we're just starting. I would please go to Amazon and write me a kind review. There's already kind of a sour review on there. So if you like the book, please give a review so that other people will see it. And I want to share with you, because I can't really do book signings, I am going to do, I just got this minutes ago on the website, where you can sign up for a signed author copy. So if you go to my website and you fill that out, you make a payment through the website, you can certainly buy it on softcover through Amazon. They're running a special rate right now. But if you'd like me to send you a signed author copy, you can just go to chroniclesofhope.net and order your copy there, and I'm happy to sign it. Just make sure you let me know who you want me to sign it to. It's the same price as on Amazon and a discounted price for the just the book rate for shipping. So please do that if you'd like a signed copy. I want to invite you to be you, to awaken to who you are, to awaken the positive energy, because there's only one hope for humanity, and that hope is you, me, us. We can change this planet. We can do this. We are catalysts for positive change. So I thank you, and I invite you to enjoy life, because life is precious and time passes quickly. So dance, dance, dance like no one is watching. And that's my wedding day. That's where I go when I want to feel joy, joy, joy. And I was dancing Argentine tango because that's one of my passions. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. And I would like to invite anybody who's here, I'm going to open this up to questions now.